What's up, YouTube? Today we're gonna do a little different video today. Today I'm gonna do like a day in life type of vlog. So as y'all know, I do a lot of things. I'm not just a barber, but that's my craft, my joy. As far as how I make revenue and how I take care of my bills and what I do in a day to day. But I'm gonna give you guys a whole day in my life. I'm gonna be doing a couple different things today. I gotta go to the bank right now. Right now I'm letting my dog out to use the bathroom over there. Lady. That's Lady right there. That's my girl. You guys more than likely will see my boy dog too, Breezy. That's her baby daddy. But yeah, you guys. I'm gonna be doing a couple things today. I gotta go to the bank. I gotta go to my jeweler. Getting this custom pendant made. Little appreciation gift I'm giving myself. So yeah, we're gonna do something different today. Quick little. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, honestly, but I don't think it should be too long. Going to be pretty much breaking it down into segments, also talking to you guys, giving you guys some motivation, and to show you guys what I do on a regular day. So, yeah, blessings, you guys, and let's get to it. All right, y'all. So right now, I'm at the bank. I'm a couple minutes early, so they haven't even opened up yet. So I'm waiting for them to open up the doors, and I can see my bankers even here right now. Sorry the angle's weird. I'm not in my car right now. I'm in my lady's car, so taking to go get cleaned and all the other stuff. But yeah, you guys, I've been owning the shop now for 5 years. I've been cutting for 11 years now, and it's definitely been a rocky road, but it's definitely been a great journey. You know, running a business, especially when you have because again, my barbershop is my only brick and mortar. Right, every other business that I have is more like a mobile type of business. Besides my new firearms training company, because we do the classes at my shop. I have my classes in the morning at my shop, and then we go to the range and do all that, the shooting stuff there. But running a shop alone is a lot. So imagine running two other businesses and having a, because it's like I'm in three whole different industries. I'm in the barber industry, I'm in the firearms industry, the firearms training industry, and then I'm in the DJ service industry. As far as my DJ service, and I want to do more. I want to do mainly like big events like bar mitzvahs and weddings and stuff of that nature. So little by little, I'm buying equipment, learning how to use this equipment, trying to get the right DJs around me so we can all make money. So it's like my mind is in so many different places. Like at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'll be thinking about stuff to make my barbershop better. At 11 o'clock, I'm thinking about things to make my firearms training company better. 12 o'clock noon, I'm thinking about what I can do to make my DJ mixes smoother, stronger, what equipment I should get to just make myself look more professional and also be more professional, because it's not always about looking more professional. You also want to be more professional. So it's a lot, and the barbershop has been my longest business so far. Back then it was a lot smaller. We expanded within the years. I moved buildings, and um, you kind of could say in the beginning, my first shop, I had a quote unquote partner, but it really wasn't that. But you could say that. But once I transferred over and got a bigger space and expanded, this my shop right now is 100% me. I don't have no business partner. I don't have no investors. I don't have any of that. It's just me. Me, my sweat, blood, and tears. And me knowing how to be financially literate, knowing how to manage my money, all that stuff played a part. So I just thank God for giving me I consider this a gift to be, financially literally, knowing how to put money on the side, knowing not to always spend so much money. Because you guys, don't get me wrong, I like nice things. I do spend money, but I don't spend all my money. I don't. I definitely am big on being frugal to an extent. Because again, I like to be fresh. I like to have nice things, but I'm not spending top dollar on everything. I will wait for a sale if needed. I shop at Foreman Mills sometimes. I shop at the thrift store sometimes. I shop at Marshalls, Ross. You know, the only thing I feel like I spend like top dollar on for real is my shoes. I'm a big sneakerhead. I'm a Jordan fanatic for sure. But once I get every shoe that I want as far as Jordans, I'm good. Like I'm not one of them people who needs every single release. I don't need every single hype shoe because I'm be real with you guys, 70 to 90% of the times, the hype shoes I don't really care too much about. So that kind of plays, a big part in, me not splurging on dumb things, because shoes would be one of the dumb things that I splurge on, but I'm not spending top dollar on things. I wait. Don't get me wrong, if it's a shoe that I really want, I'll spend that 350. But there's limitations to how much I'll spend. You'll never catch me spending $500-600 on a pair of shoes. It's just not really worth it. It's not. It's really not. And then the way I look at it is, most of these shoes that I get, I can sell them for half of what I got them for. So I'll be able to get some of my money back. It won't be all of it, but it'll be some. And I wear all my shoes. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I wear all my shoes, so I'll definitely get my money's worth. But I take care of my shoes. But I feel like we're going off topic on the video, man. But if you guys do like this type of conversation, like, fashion convos and sneaker convos and stuff like that, go check out my other page, you guys. I have a fashion page where I give you guys tips on fashion, sneaker news, sneaker reviews, and stuff of that nature. It's a Cisco X. All right, y'all. So if you guys are into that type of content, go ahead, give that page a subscribe too, man. I really appreciate it, man. But yeah, and as far as the new business, my newest business right now will be my firearms training company. I took this over because my one of my really good friends and mentors actually passed away last year in 2025, and it was his business. He made the name, he made the logo, he did all the gritty work, man. He got the good name out there, and I just took it over for him. He was somebody I was actually going to be under. I was going to work for him and his company, and maybe work my way up, and we could become partner with him. But um, sadly, he passed away last year, so I got the green light from his father to take over his business, so I did. So I'm doing this with the best care possible, and trying to keep this name strong and alive, and keep them good reviews coming in. And then as far as the DJing service, you guys, I've been DJing for about 5 years now. I started when I was 20 years old. Um, I was just like, man, somebody put me onto a software, Virtual DJ. Shout out Virtual DJ. Honestly, shout out Virtual DJ. And I fell in love with it, man. It's fun. It's real fun. I was doing bars and on a regular. There was a time where I was doing like 4 or 5 bars in a week. On top of that, cutting hair. So it definitely was a grind. But I've kind of scaled back from the bars. Don't get me wrong. I still DJ a bar and stuff like that in the club. Um, but I want to meet the right people. I felt like I was trying to force my way into the door instead of letting this happen. I want them to look for me. I don't want to go looking so hard. So I took a scale back, started focusing on like private events and weddings and proms and stuff of that nature. So that's been my thing. And mixers for real estate agents. That's been my thing as far as what I've been doing on a DJing tip. But don't get me wrong, if I decide I want to get right back to the bar scene and get into it, I will. I have nothing against it. The only thing I would say I don't like about it is that they don't really pay too much. And then especially if you're only gonna get like an hour set, I prefer going doing an event and I'm DJing for like 3 to 5 hours, but my cash out is like $600-700, opposed to me going DJ for an hour at a bar or a 2 hour segment. I'm probably getting paid like $150 to $300. So and I have all the equipment, so I gotta put it to use. Um, but yeah, I enjoy everything I do, you guys. I love my the crafts I've chosen, the careers I've chosen, because I know they said you only have one career, but I say I have careers. Because I don't know which is gonna put me to my certain peak as far as tax bracket. But I'm taking each and everything that I'm doing seriously, and I'm putting my all into it. They say you can't put your all into multiple things. That's not true. Not when you're me. Not when you're me, because nothing gets neglected. Nothing gets neglected. Um, there might be a week where I might not DJ as much, and there might be a week where I don't get as many carrying conceal classes, or there might be a week where I don't have as many haircut appointments. But each one of the business kind of evens it out. In all honesty, each one of my businesses evens it out like a bad week for the other business. So I put my all into it. I really do. I research things on each and every one of my businesses and what I can do to make it better. So I wouldn't say you can't, put your focus on multiple of things. It really just depends on, what you're doing and, what type of person you are, in all honesty. All right, y'all. So we're at the suite right now, or barbershop, whatever. And you guys don't know. So this room that we're in, right? This is my office, right? But if you see right there, I got cameras. That's my shop. So my office is literally right here in my shop. This is in the back. I got a pretty long building, so I went ahead in the beginning of this year, added suites to the back part. Just heck, came up with an idea, went with it, and it actually turned out amazing. So I was able to bring in some more revenue into the shop, and also, be able to get myself my own little separate area. Since for the most part, I do have my own clientele, and also was able to open up more booths in the front, So it was definitely a smart move. Right now it is 10:11. My client is running late. It did just start snowing outside, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. But I'm gonna see where he's at. But if I'm being honest with you guys, his haircut probably takes me like tops, and I'm talking about on the longer side, 30 minutes. These gets a real simple, half all around haircut, ball fade, uh, shave the face, line up the goatee, real simple haircut. So usually when they have these quicker haircuts, I give them a little bit more time. Plus, he's an older guy on top of that. So, but yeah, hopefully he shows up. And if not, hey, I still got the deposit. So, hey, we got paid regardless. You dig? You can constantly keep trying. All right, you guys, as you guys can see, got that haircut done in less than 30 minutes. He was 13 minutes late, but it gave me more time to prepare and everything, so it was not a big deal. Um, I got held back at the bank a little bit too, so I had about like 8 minutes to get to the shop. But thankfully, the bank for my shop is only like not even a 10-minute commute, so I was able to get there on time. But yeah, guys, for like as a side piece of advice for you guys to look into, will be to look into getting different types of sources of payment. Like I like Apple Pay, I like Zelle. I know people say cash is king and everything, but sometimes people don't have cash. They don't like to carry cash, so it's always good to have different sources to receive payment. I like Square. I like Square specifically because they tax the money already, so um, I don't have to worry about filing that or anything like that. But I do like to use Zelle and Apple Pay as well. But Square is definitely one of them good ones that I do recommend you are using as you guys start to grow in your barber career. But yeah, you guys, quick cut. Now I'm on my way to the jeweler. Gonna go get this stuff checked out. Make sure it's to my liking. Right now, we're just getting a mock-up made for the most part. Nothing's getting created yet, but I put down the money I need to put down. And yeah, y'all, I'll see you guys at the mall. All right, y'all. So I just left my jeweler right now. Was able to go ahead and get a rough little view of how it's gonna look. Honestly, you guys, it's gonna look dope. I'm looking forward to this piece. This will be my first, you could say, big boy chain. Every other chain I was getting, it was Cubic Zirconia, some little bullshit. I'm gonna be real with y'all, it wasn't nothing crazy. But it's my first big boy chain. Something that's gonna last me forever. I'm not one of them people who's gonna be buying tons and tons of chains. I'm not into that type of shit, in all honesty. But one, two pieces is cool. As far as chains and stuff, but watches, I stay getting different watches. I get like a watch every couple months. Guess you can say that. But yeah, went ahead and got myself, well, not myself, I bought somebody, bought my girlfriend a watch for her birthday. Her birthday's next week. Her birthday's actually a day after that, after Valentine's Day. So I got her a nice little piece, something she could wear and stuff like that. Let's see, she didn't really have too many watches, so I wanted to change that. You guys know I like watches and stuff like that. But again, we are not spending our last dollar on nice stuff. We're not spending our last couple dollars on things that are material. We like material things, but we don't go broke over material things. Remember that. But I definitely wanted to get her something nice for her birthday. I also got her a pair of shoes. So yeah, y'all, it's gonna be nice. I'm gonna probably end up making this video after her birthday. So this video more than likely was made a week before it was posted, just in case I don't want her to see the video. I know she more than likely watches my YouTube videos and stuff. I don't want her to see and know what I got her because it's a surprise. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I still got some time. All right, so I got a little bit more than 30 minutes until my next appointment. So I might go grab lunch real quick, some quick stuff. The place I like to go to is literally in the same area of the mall. Right now, y'all, if you're from Chicago, I'm in Forest City Mall. It's kind of sad how dead it is, but they got some. They got a couple things in there. I like the jeweler in there. I've been dealing with him for a long time. In all honesty, I was dealing with him when he had a kiosk. Now he got a whole store in there. So I love to see that. I love to see progression. I love to see people get it out the mud. So I stick to who fucks with me, and I fuck with who fucks with me. At the end of the day. So, but yeah, y'all, I was there too. I was buying jewelry from the middle of the mall, all that, man. You gotta. I ain't gonna say fake it till you make it, but I like to look nice. I like nice stuff, and sometimes all cause it's not expensive doesn't mean it's not nice. You know, that'd be the problem with a lot of people. Like they think because something doesn't have so much value as far as like how much you paid for it, that makes it not as valuable, or that makes it not as nice or fresh. You feel me? Like it don't work that way, you guys. It don't work that way. It's really about what you like, what you can afford, and hey, you could mess around and be wearing a chain that costs $20, but somebody thought you paid 2,000 for it. You never know. And at the end of the day, though, it doesn't matter what people think. It's about what you like and what you're into and what fits your budget and what fits your lifestyle. Me personally, I wouldn't want to walk around Chicago, Illinois, with a 30, 40, $50,000 chain on, or 10, $20,000 watch on. This is not something I'm into. I don't want to risk, you know, God forbid someone gets up on me and they got this off me. You never know, man. You never know. Like life is not, you're not a psychic. You don't know what could happen. So, and a lot of times stuff gets misplaced. You never know. So I hate to be in a situation where I spent over over tens of twenties of thirties of thousands of dollars on something, and something happens and it goes missing, or somebody got the upper hand on me and got it off me. Because I grew up in Chicago. I grew up as far as like the street world. Like my chains and stuff, I don't wear that at my shop. My shop is in the middle of the hood. It's not in a suburb somewhere. So I pick and choose where I wear my jewelry and stuff, right? But like I said, this piece I'm getting right here, this is my first big boy piece, man. Like I'm not gonna say how much I spent on it, but I spent some money on it. Like it definitely ain't none of that. Definitely ain't none of that cubic zirconia. Definitely ain't none of that stuff. It's big boy diamonds. You hear me? But I earned it. I worked hard. Long time coming. We've been talking about this project for the last 2 years now. Now it's time to go ahead and get it going. Um, that watch, I wasn't expecting to buy that watch. I ain't gonna lie to you. They sold me on the watch just because it's really nice, nice priced. But it's really really nice, especially for the price I got it for. Like that's not bad, and it's one of my favorite watch brands. So I know she's gonna have a timepiece. It's gonna last her forever, and it's gold. She loves gold. It's nice. And it's definitely her style. I was actually looking at it. I didn't see it. They pulled it from the back. That's how I knew it was meant. They were hiding it from me. But yeah, like again, I'm not into crazy expensive jewelry. I'm not into crazy expensive clothes, but I like to be nice. I like to dress nice. I definitely like putting that shit on. So if I could definitely put that shit on and save a couple dollars, hey, it's a win-win for me. I don't have to go into the jeweler and spend 30,000 and feel like I achieved something. Just knowing that I'm able to go to the jeweler and get a custom piece made and still be able to afford that price point. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not getting no cheap shit. That watch wasn't no cheap shit, you know. Now the cubic zirconia stuff, and that I still, that's the cheap shit. Don't get me wrong, but it didn't look cheap, you know. But it's time to upgrade. You gotta upgrade. I bought that cubic zirconia chain when I was like 20 years old, 21 years old. So and that was my piece. I get plenty of compliments, conversation starter, all that. I believe I wear it in some of the videos too. I still wear it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not ashamed of that. Like people would be ashamed to admit they got cubic zirconia or admit they're wearing moissanite or admit whatever it is. Like everyone wants to lie and because of the whole new diamond tester era. But yeah, that don't bother me, man. I don't care about any of that. I'm just gonna look fresh, save some money, and invest. That's it. That's all I'm about. You feel me? As far as that realm. But yeah, y'all finna get back to the shop, get back to it, eat real quick. We out.